Um, can you talk to me a little bit about Tim Williams? Because, people on YouTube have thrown out an accusation that he doesn't exist, that he's a made up person.
Woo! Tim Wills. Tim Wills, for those of y'all don't know, was Michael Moore's best friend. They both were firemen together. Actually, when they were working for me, they weren't fire captains, but they eventually both became fire captains. Tim's even higher now in the fire department system. Yeah, that's funny to me. The groupie is over there putting out, and I hate tapping at the groupie because it don't do nothing but giving content. Because the only thing he get views for is when he talking about Reggie. And now he getting $10,000 views every other day when he talking bad about Reggie. Lying, creating shit. But I can't help it. It pisses the hell out of John. But I hate being lied on. I sat back for so long and let lies build up on me, and it became factual. And so I just clear them up. Give a fuck really what y'all think. I just like to be like, damn, how can y'all believe that? Huh? This bitch met him in 2008, and y'all listen to what she got to say? So the groupie did an interview with this midget. Druggy is what she really is. Saying that I made up Tim Will. Tim Will, she ain't never heard of. Yeah, bitch, you ain't never heard of him because in 2008, we talking about 1994, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 years ago, 10 years later, they ain't friends no more because he out there sprung out. So, I'm going to let Tim Williams tell y'all who he is. We did an interview with him before. Way before I even knew who the hell the groupie was. I even knew who this little shrimp was, which is funny. She did an interview with us, and none of the stuff she said with the groupie, which my boy Rel from the 313, shout out Rel, talked to her since the interview, like, how you said this on here and this on that? Oh, well, he promised me he was going to help me with some music stuff. He's going to help me get it going. You don't believe me, call or text or hit Rel up from the 313 live show. He'll tell y'all. And he promised me he's going to do this. And he's an artist. He's a multi-platinum producer. And I got this artist I'm trying to put out. And so he said, well, if you say these things about Reggie, I'll help you. She said, now she can't even get him on the phone. According to Rel, I ain't talked to her. And you know I ain't talked to the groupie. But y'all, just to show y'all how the groupie just put out anything and lie on Reggie Wright, I'll let y'all listen to this interview that John did. And we're going to call Tim Williams now. And y'all view this, listen to this. Hey, maybe he's made up. That's what y'all think? Then go ahead, idiots. But I made him up 3 or 4 years ago. He did a live stream with Bomb First 3 or 4 years ago.
All right, Tim, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today. I just wanted to ask, first off, can you explain your relationship with Michael Moore and both whether it was before Right Way, during Right Way, and after, if you had any relationship with him?
Reggie recruited us through a friend, a mutual friend of ours, and that's how we got to be a part of Right Way Security. I know Mike from working with Mike back in 1986. We were working at the Naval Station Fire Department in Long Beach, California. That's where I first met him. And then we transferred out to March Fire Department out in Riverside, California. Well, we worked approximately together for about 10 years. We both worked for Right Way Security. He usually had the security detail with Tupac. and a few other artists. My job primarily was at the studio and at the office. I did a little bodyguard work here and there, but not as much as he did. So that's my position. That's pretty much what I did. Known Mike for a long time. Knew him when he retired from the fire department. Knew him after he retired from the fire department, and then lately, after that, a couple of years, he passed away.
Were you guys
Oh,
social outside of work, or it was just
oh, all
strictly?
the time,
Okay.
every day. We were friends. We were best friends. Yeah, we went boating together. We played golf together. Uh, we did a lot of things together.
Okay, Tim. So the reason I asked that is there is a YouTuber who got Michael Moore's old fiance, who he didn't really meet until 2008, who stated that you were a made-up person, that you didn't really exist. So I just wanted to, get that back information as far as you and Michael's relationship. And yeah, it's crazy that people can pretty much say anything on the internet, including that you don't exist.
Yeah, well, I exist. I'm here. Yep, I'm a living legend. I don't understand why she would say that. Um, I've known Michael. I know Michael very well. I know his family very well. I know his dad very well. I know his kids very well. So I don't understand why anybody would say that. But the fact is, I'm here. I'm living. I'm breathing.
All right, Tim. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people, they know the main bodyguards just from the documentaries and all that stuff and the books and
Hmm.
all that, being Frank and
Hmm.
Michael. But if to the viewers watching this right now, you'll see a screenshot of you at the House of Blues concert where you were
Hmm.
bodyguarding the stage.
Hmm. Fact of the matter is I'm living, I'm breathing, and as far as Michael's last girlfriend, I never met her. I never met her. But for her to come out and say that I don't exist, she don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Well, hopefully this will.
And if she did it just to get some money, then bless her soul.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the motive is behind that, but
Mhm.
either way, we'll clear it up. So.
Yeah.
Tim, when you were working security for Right Way during the death row heydays, did you receive any
Hmm.
paychecks from death row, or where did your paychecks come from?
My paychecks came from Right Way Security.
Okay. And your firearm, was that issued through death row records or no?
No, it was my own personal registered firearm.
All right. And then in Las Vegas, the weekend of the Tupac and Suge incident, um, there's all this misinformation or conflicting information about what was the rule for bodyguards to not carry weapons. Can you explain how you were informed of that and what the actual rule was?
We had a meeting in Las Vegas before we were to get our, I'm not sure what it was called, Reggie, but your permit to
It was the
because we
alcohol
were,
thing, the alcohol class you had to take.
yeah, we had to take an alcohol class, and we had to get some paperwork in order for us to be able to even work in Las Vegas at 662.
Correct.
And from what I recall at the meeting, it was understood that there was no weapons to be carried.
Now, was that in Vegas or inside the club?
There was a meeting with Reggie there, all the security staff, and it was told to everyone on staff that there were no guns to be at 662 at the club.
Okay. But if you were to, let's say, Frank was on Tupac, they were allowed to carry their guns at that point, right? Just not in Club 662. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay. Um, when it comes to Michael Moore, um, was anybody calling his hotel room, trying to figure out his whereabouts, or see if he was coming to 662 or if he was still on Tupac? Was there any kind of information like that that you were witness to?
There was a phone conversation, John, but I don't know exactly what the conversation was about. After Mike got off the phone, what I do remember was he was angry because he was told not to carry his gun, and he had got taken off the Tupac.
Okay, my follow up to that question is, you said he was angry that he couldn't carry his gun and that he was taken off of Tupac. Is the reason
Right.
he couldn't carry his gun because he was taken off Tupac? Like, were they going to make him go to the club or something, and that's where it was off limits to carry the gun?
Um, he was mad because he had gotten taken off of Pac, and he was mad because he couldn't carry his weapon to the club.
Gotcha. Okay, so he would be unarmed at the club. Um,
hmm
how were you? Where the phone call took place. How were you a witness to it? If you don't mind explaining that.
Because I was his roommate. I was in the room with him.
Okay. Okay, got it.
He was talking. He was talking on the was it Nextel. It was a Nextel.
Yep.
Yeah, he was talking on the Nextel.
Okay. When it comes to Mike saying that he had heard somebody on the radio saying "got him," did he ever tell you that he heard that? And if so, and even if he didn't tell you, were you able to hear anything in regards to that?
I know we all had Nextel radios, and if that was aired over the radio, I would have heard it too.
Okay. Okay. Can you explain why Michael stopped working for not only Right Way, but why he stopped working for the fire department that he was working for?
Um, Mike, uh, we all would have random drug tests, and Mike popped dirty. I don't know what he popped dirty for, but uh, when he got popped, I know that he was supposed to provide paperwork to verify whatever substance that he got popped for, and he couldn't verify it. So they gave him an option. They were going to get rid of him, or he had to retire. So he retired. Um, it was a surprise. It was a shock. I found out through his sister. His sister called me up and told me that he had passed away, and at the time he was living in Arizona.
Tim, did you ever experience Reggie and Tupac together? And if so, what their rapport was with each other?
It was, to my knowledge, it was business. I don't know exactly what they were talking about, but I could only assume that it would be business. If Reggie was with Tupac, to me that meant that Reggie was security at that moment.
Okay, so that you never witnessed any sort of what you would misconstrue as Tupac having a negative feeling towards Reggie in any way.
No.
Okay, that's all I wanted to clear up. There's another guy making up stories saying that Reggie was desperately trying to be friends with the artists, and none of the artists liked him, and
Mm,
so that made him mad. But it's so far fetched that I hate to ask it because it's so stupid. But with this,
well, I mean, Reggie, as far as the artists were concerned, if Reggie had anything to do with the artist, I'm assuming as an employee, when I would see Reggie with these artists, I could only assume that it was business. I don't have any idea what they were talking about or, why they were together, but I would only assume that it would be for some business. I never seen uh, a negative, any kind of confrontation between Reggie and the artist.
Okay. That's
Yeah, if you look up on YouTube and you look up the House of Blues, Tupac, Snoop, um, Casey and JoJo, Suge was there, Reggie was there. I think Frank was there that night, wasn't he, Reggie? Um,
He came in. That's
uh,
when him and Mike came in, but they left because they tried to act like they were so tired, from flying all night and stuff. So I let them
yeah,
go because it didn't actually work. Yeah.
and I think Bunchy and the crew was there. Um, And I think you had most of the Death Row security staff there because that was a big night. But I was put in charge of the stage. I was on the stage as they were performing, making sure that the fans didn't come up on the stage. I'm standing on the side of the stage with a suit on, a blue suit with I have a right way security badge on my suit, and I'm standing right on the side of the stage as they perform. As a matter of fact, I went to go and see the Tupac Museum downtown, and they have that film constantly rolling on tape. And I even watched myself there. As a matter of fact, this was this summer I went down there.
Did y'all hear everything Tim Wills had to say? So, but the groupie is straight facts. Facts. No, that sounds like a bunch of opinionates and lies, straight up lies, straight lies. How much more receipts y'all need from Reggie? I hear him and this dude is searching for views now, talking about Reggie didn't have a security company. Reggie didn't have his own payroll. Well, we showed y'all the taxes. Just because you idiots think you gotta have an Inc. or LLC to have a company. 94, 95, we was all still stupid. We knew about Incs. Everybody was lazy. You did a DBA. You filed something in the newspaper posted it, and then you got the name, and you can go open up a fucking checking account. That's all you cared about. I had a fucking sole proprietor DBA. I didn't become incorporated until 2002. Been having a license since 1995, a PPO. Y'all can look it up. It's online. Kevin Hackey did it for y'all, researched it and posted it and showed y'all. But that's all y'all had to do. I'm too lazy to do it. But it's there.